Hey friends, welcome back. We have been learning a lot of design thinking techniques and tools. Today, it's going to be yet another interesting and important globally recognized technique, learning launches. We will learn that, we will understand the importance of it, and we will see how it is going to help us out. What is learning launch? It's a very small scale, low risk experiment designed to test the key assumptions that you have in your mind about the new product, service, or idea or feature with real users. The major aim is to collect, gather valuable insights, validate ideas, and reduce uncertainties before committing to full launch. So, you are going to get the insights from the users, you are going to get the insights from the customers, but we are not going to do it at a large scale, it will be done at a very minimal scale to test our assumptions as in if they are right. Alright. What are the key aspects of learning launches? The first one is the purpose. You need to test some of the specific assumptions that you have in your mind and you can gather real world feedback very quickly. Thereby, you can make the data driven decisions. You cannot make decisions without having data in hand and without understanding the data that you have in hand. So, the insightful data driven decision can be taken very clearly when you go ahead with learning launches. The purpose is that learning launches are really very small, so it's not for scale. It can involve a subset of users to minimize risk and cost. You cannot do the learning launch with a lot of people, it's not possible. It's done at a very minimal scale. Iteration is the next thing that we need to look into. Based on the feedback that we have collected, the teams could refine, could pivot, or even discard ideas. So, the continuous improvement is enabled there. You can foster continuous improvement through this approach. And metrics is the next one. We need to define the success metrics upfront to evaluate if the learning launch has met its goal. You are conducting learning launch, you need to have metrics to understand if you have reached the target. For example, the user engagement, the feature usage, customer satisfaction, net promoter score. We can have a lot of things like this and that metrics will help you. And coming to the next part of it, what are the benefits when you do this? Risk mitigation. We are getting the testing done for our assumptions but at a small scale. So we can definitely identify the potential threats and issues early. Thereby, we can reduce the risk of large scale implementations, large scale failures. Second is faster time to market. We are getting into quicker iterations and feedback loops will enable certainly faster development lifecycle. So it allows the products or services to reach the market much faster and it's going to support faster time to market approach. And resource optimization is the next thing that we need to understand. It helps us in allocating resources more efficiently and effectively by focusing on the initiatives that really demonstrate real potential based on empirical evidence. You have got numbers, you have got evidence, you have got metrics. Based on that, we can decide and we can optimize the required resources. How do we implement a quick launch? You need to first define objective. You need to clearly articulate what you aim to learn or validate through the experiment. Without understanding that, there is no purpose in going ahead with it further. You need to develop the hypothesis next. Formulate the assumptions regarding the customer needs, the market demand, the value proposition, everything. Go ahead and design the experiment next. Plan a small scale test. I repeat, learning launches is small scale. It cannot be large scale. You need to plan the small scale test that effectively can evaluate your hypothesis. You should ensure if it is feasible and cost effective as well. Then you need to engage and involve customers. You can involve a select group of target customers to get the feedback, to get them participating in the process. And then you have to analyze the results that you have collected. After you collect the results, assess it, assess the data, understand the data. The data is everything. You need to understand the data and you need to check if your hypothesis hold true. And finally, iterate or scale. Based on the findings, you can decide whether to refine the concept, conduct further testing, or to proceed to implement it in a larger scale. If there are no problems, if the feedback is perfect, go ahead expand. If there are problems, go ahead iterate. If there are problems which cannot be corrected, you may have to even drop the idea. So that depends. I'm going to give you an activity. So after you try it out, let me know in the chat. I'll be able to look into it and I can give you my comments. You are part of a team developing a new feature for a social media app aimed at enhancing user engagement. The feature is a daily highlight section that shows a curated selection of each user's best moments or achievements over past 24 hours. Your task is to design a learning launch to test if this feature is desirable and effective. Go ahead, try it out. Let me know if you have questions. I'll be very happy to answer yours. We are learning, and the next one is going to be even more interesting. That's called storytelling, and that will be the final tool that we will discuss. Thank you.